Passion, talent, influence.
That's what we're here to recognize.
A movement that lives right in our own backyard.
Southwest Florida.
So put your glasses up.
Let's give a toast.
Toast to the innovators.
Toast to the creators.
Toast to the go-getters.
The people who wake up every day with a passion to create.
Not for themselves, but for the benefit of the community.
A community that has no limits.
So let's kick back
and toast
to the Goodfellas. Yo, what it do?
What it do?
What's up, bro?
Bro, I'm happy to be back, bro.
But bro, it's been like 3 months, I think, since the last time we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
We're like on a little hiatus. We had a lot of people ask, yo, where y'all been at? Let me get on the show. I'm trying to watch y'all show. Where y'all been? Like, you know, we're busy men too, you know what I mean? So like, we had a lot of things coming up. We had the holidays, but we're glad to be back. We're glad that y'all are tuning in. Thank you once again for another episode of Toast of the Goodfellas. What's good, Nick?
What's good? First of all, shout out to EQ Recording and Multimedia, because they always be just looking out for us, making sure that our podcast is thriving. So shout out to Josh, shout out to Joe, shout out to our new intern. Yeah, we got interns in this bitch now, 2021.
You know the vibes. We're moving on up, y'all. We're moving on up with y'all, man. Tonight, this is the
28th episode. 28th episode, bro.
Are you serious?
That's crazy.
28.
Damn, bro. I was thinking about 26 just because of the 26, and you know,
bro,
I'm rocking with Kobe tonight. Mamba mentality on this first podcast of the year. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. Gigi, R.I.P. everybody
Kobe,
who
man.
you know passed away in that tragic accident last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we're gonna have a great show, man. Just you know, for the culture.
Absolutely.
And you know, for how we always deliver the show, man. And if you are watching this, you know, just how the other episodes, make sure to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It'll be greatly appreciated, man. Much love. God bless y'all, all right?
Absolutely.
Without further ado, bro, who we got tonight, man? Who's our 28th guest?
So you see our guest over here. We gonna hype him up a little bit. You know, we wanna stick with the theme of having the Mamba mentality. So we're gonna introduce our guest here, Wyatt Griffith. He's a professional athlete, entrepreneur, strength and conditioning coach. Man, this man wears so many hats. Like it's so hard to figure out exactly what he's doing, but you know he's making moves. So what's up, bro?
That's a hell of an introduction. I'm honored.
I tried.
Hey, come on, man. You know how we deliver,
Yeah,
man. You know how we
man.
deliver on the show, bro.
Nah, man, I appreciate y'all having me come out here, man. I know y'all been busy. I've been busy, so it's good to finally get out here, man, and see what y'all do and talk about some things, man.
Bro, every time I see your IG story, bro, I'm like, damn. I just got out the gym and I see that. I'm like, I didn't go hard enough. I didn't go hard enough, bro. I'm like, damn, man, this man trains hard as hell, man.
Bro.
But, I mean, it's all for purpose, bro.
Yeah,
You know
man. There's a method behind the madness, bro. I mean, I feel like if we don't have, for me, training is one purpose, but like if we don't have something that we're truly trying to, get after for the day, we're kind of missing the mark, man. I take strength and conditioning and training every day as a serious thing. It's an objective for me every day. So I'm really trying to get after it every time. So you saying that means I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Means I'm motivating people on the outside looking in. So that's good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, man.
Mm-hmm. This is my first time meeting you in person.
Yeah.
So this is pretty dope. And I just followed him on Instagram. So follow him on Instagram. We'll have his information at the end of the episode for you to see. But like, bro, compare yourself to a professional athlete, bro. You should know better, bro. You should know better,
I'm nowhere near that, bro. I mean, I work out a little bit, but here and there. I mean, I work out consistently, but not like Wyatt, man. I mean, like I said, he's got a purpose too. I know you played high school, college, professional. We're gonna get into that a little bit, man. But yeah, bro, we gotta shout you out, man. You on the show tonight.
Yeah, bro. Again, bro, I'm honored, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm excited, bro. I'm
Hell
excited
yeah.
to talk about some stuff, man, and get into it, bro.
So being a professional athlete, one of the things that I know about them is they're always on the move, right?
Bro.
So how do you balance your busy schedule and traveling all the time?
Well, I mean, I think this year kind of took a lot of us for a strike, bro. Like we're trying to figure out if we're gonna even have definite seasons. What's gonna happen? How are the contracts looking? What are we progressing? Everything's different. You go from stuff from the NFL to CFL to AFL. It's all different. So when we're trying to figure stuff out, it's frustrating because we don't know a lot of the time. The commissioners of leagues are always trying to do protocols right now, especially because of COVID. And it's just hard, bro. But I mean, balancing the schedule, I'm not gonna lie, it's tiring. It's tough, bro. I mean, there's a lot to do throughout the course of the day. So, and my days in particular are super busy. Yeah. So I'm never sitting still. If I'm sitting still, it means I'm not doing anything right. So
I feel that. It sounds very familiar to, a lot of people who consistently working on themselves to be great.
Yeah.
You're working on yourselves to be great, but you're also working on your body to make sure that it's at the highest pristine level to be able to perform. And I gotta take my imaginary hat off to you.
I appreciate that.
I'll take it off for you, but I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm sorry for presenting this mess here.
That luscious hair, man.
Luscious hair.
You know you're on the grind when you scruffy like this. You know what I mean?
The Head and Shoulders commercial, bro.
They give me alongside Troy Paul.
It's luscious 100% of the time, right? 100%
of the time.
Bro, that's crazy.
Dude, but that traveling is crazy though, bro. Yeah. I mean, like you're constantly, training. Yeah. I bet you got to work on your marketing because you obviously trying to get out there and trying to get your name out there, trying to have like scouts to see you and everything like that. Yeah. So like, how does that process go in regards to like marketing yourself? Like, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm training. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I have an agent. Shout out to my boy Eli. He does his thing, bro. He really takes care of that aspect for me. There are times where you don't hear much, It's kind of you're waiting to hear something, But he's always getting out there. He's getting my name out there to coaches with GMs and stuff and providing opportunities for me. So I'm forever grateful for that, because that takes one aspect of stress off my shoulders. Yeah. So that does make my life a little easier at times. But still, bro, just because, like for instance, I just signed a contract with the Orlando Predators for this season. But I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna say it. Like we don't know if we're gonna have a season again. It's like they're going under protocol for COVID, and they might want to push the season back, and that's frustrating, man. Like you go through an entire year of letdown and train super hard to get that information. It's just demoralizing sometimes.
Bro, I feel for y'all, man. I'm not even in the league or, going through what y'all are going through. Like, what are the COVID protocols though?
Bro, if I had the answers, I would tell you. I don't know. That's what's so frustrating because it's like we've had an entire year to watch like the NFL go about things. Like the CFL, like we canceled what we were doing this year for the CFL. The AFL, we canceled, and the NAL, we canceled what we're doing. And it's like it's frustrating, man, because you're not shutting down the NFL. You're not shutting down the NCAA. You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar franchises. Like, you're not shutting those down. So you have to, like, if it were me, I'd be looking at what are they doing for their protocol. And you can see already they're not having, either they have no one in the stands or they have 15% capacity, whatever it is. Okay, well, how hard could it be for us to execute that? Why? At some point, like, you have to take into consideration some of these guys that are playing, and some of them do rely on that money. Yeah. And it's if you can't be transparent with us, it's hard for us to want to play for you at times,
Yeah.
But
do you feel like some athletes lose the love of the sport because of the money, because it turns into a business and they know that, at the end of the day, it's kind of like a business?
I mean, it comes with the territory, man. You have to understand that what you're getting to is about revenue. Like people like you, if you're not producing, you're not playing. If you're not playing, you're not getting paid. And if that's happening, you're probably not on the team. Okay. And if the coach is not winning, he's probably not getting paid. He's probably not a coach anymore. So like it works full circle. Like we need the coaches need us. And it kind of comes back. And so you kind of have to understand that going into it. When you're going into it as a rookie, it's kind of a shell shock. Like I remember my rookie season, it was weird, bro. And just like the things I had to get used to, it was hard to adjust to that. Yeah. So it just comes with the territory, bro. You just kind of have to prepare for it and just accept it.
It's kind of like it's like you get a new job and you have a new boss, right? But your boss only talks to you like maybe once a month.
Right.
This is what you need to do. This is my expectations.
Right.
Get it done. A month goes by. All right, we're going to see what you did. That's not good enough. Right. That's not good enough either. I don't know if we're going to be able to make you on the team. Like, bro, what do you expect? I ain't got no...
I give you a clear... I was just talking about this the other day with one of my homeboys. I was like, bro, one of the literally like just clear-cut things I've ever seen ever. We're getting ready to play a game, and the head coach goes up to two of our corners. It was just like, just letting you know, one of y'all is going home. like right before the game, and I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like at the time I was on IR, so I was like saved, you know, by like that IR label, but I was like, damn, bro, like that is cold, man. Like just good luck.
Yeah, if that don't make you perform,
right,
I don't
bro.
know what will.
Bro, it was crazy.
It's kind of like so either one person is gonna see that as fuel to the fire, and one person is gonna be scared. So let me see who is
you either
be the
fold
one.
or you don't, bro.
Yeah. It's
you
gonna
know,
be like it's like one
so,
of those things. Like, and then second, it's a very unforgiving league. I was talking about it with one of my homeboys the other day. I feel like football is just one of those leagues, man, that it's just so unforgiving because you're putting your body through so much training, through so much work, and your position and your job can be gone in a second.
Yeah.
Bro, people don't understand. Doesn't matter what level. If you're in the AFL, the NAL, the CFL, the NFL, you're not playing with kids in high school. You're not playing with kids in college. You're playing with grown-ass men that know how to hit, that know how to, they're football savvy. You know what I'm saying? They know the game of football. They know what they're doing. They've been around it for a long time. Like, you're not playing with little kids anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the first time I got smacked, and I was like, yup, that was a grown-ass man that just hit me right there. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt...
I thought you was talking about, like, slap.
No,
like,
he, like, hit me right on the,
Right
on the sidelines, bro. And I was like, yep, that's what that feels like, you know? So it's unforgiving, you know? It is definitely unforgiving. But.
I don't have any type of experience to kind of draw back from other than when I played in high school.
Yeah.
And when I got smacked by someone who I knew for sure, like, had a future in at least college football.
Yeah.
And I could definitely tell that his hits was different than hits from, like, people on my own team or just, like, people I ever got hit by before, bro. Sure, bro. Immediately, and this was back when we were talking a little bit before the podcast when I was on the kick return team. Yeah. Bro, I think it was like a pooch kick that they did. Yeah. And it just so happened to be right in front of me, and I caught it. And as soon as I caught it, bro, I got laid the fuck out, bro. And, like, immediately I was like, yo, I never want to feel this ever again. Bro, and then I was like, boom, right back on the next kick return. And then, like, I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm not going to, like, let that shit happen to me again.
No, dude, you have those come to Jesus moments where you're like, why am I doing this shit, bro? Like, why am I going through this?
It takes, like, a lot of, like, guts and just, like, mental strength to be able to, like, get hit by a grown-ass man and then get back up and do it again.
We've had some legends come out at the 239, bro. Like, I mean, we produce nothing but athletes down here. So, I mean, I've played with my fair share of dudes, you know, either on my team or against other teams. I mean, we got talent out here, bro. I mean, and we're producing it every year.
Yeah, I think you played against Sammy Watkins, right?
Yeah, when I was a freshman, he was a senior. They had Dallas Crawford. You know, I remember playing, like, against, like, dudes like Jimmy Stewart, Aaron Lynch, Mario Pender. I was just training with my homeboy Kurt Benkert the other day. Like, just, bro, men, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I kind of want to bring it back a little bit. I want to show our audience the evolution of Wyatt. So are you from the 239? Yep. You were born here?
Born and raised.
Born and raised here? So you went to a local high school?
Went to Baker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At what point in your athletic,
journey?
Yeah, journey. But before college, did you know he was like, yo, this is what I want to do?
Dude, it's so funny you say that, bro, because I was kind of, you know, figuring out, like, man, what are they going to ask me, you know, when I get in there? And, like, how am I going to answer it when it comes to the journey aspect, you know? What I think a lot of people fail to realize is that for a lot of us football players, we don't look at it as it's our last step. Okay? So, like, a lot of us, if we start out in Pop Warner, we're like, oh, we know we got high school. And then you get to high school, and it's like, man, you know, for me, I was like, man, I know I got college. But I know a lot of my other boys I played with, senior night was there last night, putting the helmet on, putting the pads on. And then I remember when I got to college, bro, I was like, I had never thought about professionally playing. But it was one of those things where it was like, I didn't make it this far to get this far, you know? And I remember talking with my old man. I had a real heart-to-heart with my dad, and my dad played in the league. You know, I come from a history of football players. You know, my uncle played at Wisconsin. My dad played in the league. And I asked my dad, and I'm like, Pops, not that I don't know anything, you know, but this has been my entire life has been structured around football. And I've never not thought about what I'm doing next. Where'd I go? And my dad's like, you need to get ready to play professionally. And then that's how I kind of got started with that, bro.
Okay.
It was never honestly my goal to play professionally. It was just my goal to play college ball.
I know you had a couple setbacks too on your way there, right?
I definitely did.
So what's up with that?
A lot of it was my fault. You know, I think a lot of the time we don't point the finger at ourselves, and we have to kind of point it back at ourselves and take blame where blame is due. And, you know, coming out of high school, I had like 7 Division I offers, man. But it was always one thing after another. They wanted a higher ACT score. Like your GPA like wasn't high enough, you know, or like it was just something, a coaching staff change. And I was kind of getting down to the last step. Then I had a Division II school that offered me a 4-ride scholarship for football and track. So I took it because I didn't have another option, but I did not want to go there, man. We're talking about taking a kid who's from the coast of Florida to Lake Erie, Ohio, bro. You got the lake effect, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, when I went up there, I didn't have the right clothes for that type of shit, man.
Yeah, I feel you,
And
bro. Yeah.
the first snow day, I was like, this is cool for an hour. And then
Yeah.
you're like, fuck this. This is super cold. I don't like this shit.
Yeah. This should last all day. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
bro. It was, yeah, bro. And it goes forever, man. And I was gone after my first semester, bro.
Wow.
And when I left my first semester, I had come home and I was at IMG and I was training with my coach and he was getting me a bunch of looks, bro. And I actually had an offer from FAMU. FAMU wanted me to come up there for a visit. And I went up there and the coach, he was like, did you get released from your NLI? And I hadn't even thought about it, but like before you go to college, you sign a national letter of intent, right? And it's signed for basically a year, whatever it is. And I left the first school my first semester. So I didn't finish my contract essentially for the full year. And I was like, oh, okay, let me call that coach. And I'm like, hey, can you release me from my NLI so I can go to this school? And he was like, no. Like just a dick about it. And I was like, wow, bro. So I remember that set me back a year, man.
Did you let him know that you were leaving?
Yeah, dude, I left. And then when I was down in Florida, it was around like January. I was at IMG and he was like, my coach was like, hey, I got a couple looks, you know, and FAMU was one of them. So I went up there and he was like, hey, dude, it says you're still attached to your NLI. Can you get released from this? And I called him. I was the only kid up there that was on a 4-ride scholarship. So I think that's kind of why he was salty about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that set me back, bro. That was hard year for me because you're talking about someone who's 18, 19 years old trying to figure out their direction on how to even get back into that arena. And I had a D3 school come down and I liked the coach at first. He gave me and 2 of my other boys an opportunity up there. But, you know, people don't understand the politics of college football, man. There's politics in that, bro. There's boosters. There's people whose parents pay money into the school and they want to see their kid play. And I remember my sophomore year, bro, I was doing well, dude. I came in and I was actually ranked in the nation as a kick returner. Coming into that following year for my junior season, I was voted by my peers to be a captain. And I remember, you know, I'd hurt my hamstring in camp, came back, started balling out, and I had not words with my head coach, but we weren't seeing eye to eye, and he could never give me a clear reason as to why I wasn't playing. And that rubbed me the wrong way, you know, because I would be able to accept that the people that were in front of me were better than me, but that wasn't the case. And the kids that were in front of me, I loved them to death, but it was like I just felt like I was more, as a competitor, I feel like I was better, you know? And that's when I had that call with my dad. And I was like, Pops, what do I do? And he's like, you need to get ready. And I mean, at first he was not hip with it, you know, like I was the one who was making that decision to leave. And then he was like, all right, if you're going to do it, you need to get ready and put everything into it. So that's what I did. So,
yeah, the politics I feel in college are, like you said, they're crazy, man. I mean, like, I've never been part of it, but I definitely heard stories. I mean, I bet you can attest as well, that there's favoritism basically involved, you know, and like, and it fucking sucks because we got dogs just like Wyatt, you know, out there, you know, that would kill to be like in the professional league, you know, right now. Right. I'm sure that you rather do that now than sitting here with us, but I'm sure you'll get there. You know
I
what
love
I mean?
being here, man. This is good.
You'll get there.
Bro.
You'll get there
this
though.
Is good.
You know, but yeah, I think like the college thing, like there's been a lot of like controversy within that, like for the past couple of years, like should college players be paid, you know, and all that stuff. So what do you think about that? You know, like should they be compensated? I mean, I know they put, especially for football, like we said earlier, they put their bodies on the line. Like we have those kids putting their bodies on the line. You know, it's a dangerous sport. You know what I mean? Right. Should they be compensated? Do they get enough? Like, how does that really work?
100%, bro. 100. Here's why. Here's why I think they should be compensated. Maybe not like to some extreme professional extent, but absolutely, man. You're selling these kids jersey numbers. You're selling helmets that are autographed by them. You know, whatever's going out there. Millions of people are viewing this on TV. Hundreds of thousands of people are coming to the game, paying tickets, year tickets to come watch the game. And these coaches can get paid millions of dollars. Not only that, if a kid wants to transfer, he has to sit out a whole year. If a head coach wants to transfer, he can coach right away. That's bullshit. And that's the politics. That's one aspect of the politics. So I do think these kids should be compensated, man, for what they're doing. And like, it's not fair, but unfortunately, that's the way it's been played for a long time. And I think it's starting to change, you know? It's definitely starting to evolve and be like, yeah. And I think the NCAA just passed it. Like, it's a new thing now. Like, people can start making revenue off of what is sold off of their name.
Shout out to, at least the people I know, shout out to LeBron James for being one of the biggest spearheads for that movement. Shout out to, what's that show? Ballers. Right, you've seen Ballers, right? On HBO. That had a lot of those same type of
Arian Foster.
Yep.
Big one, bro.
Had a lot of those same themes and things that we're talking about, and it takes simple conversations that we're having right now about things like that really spark movements. And I'm glad a lot of that legislation is passed or is beginning to actually formed into something good. Yeah. Because it's gonna take a couple years for a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for, the foundation to be built. Because anything starting from scratch isn't gonna be perfect. Right. But at least it's a start of something. Yeah. And that's what's important.
Yeah, and even with the NFL too, I used to be like, why are these guys having like contract holdouts? You know what I mean? And I was always like, they're getting paid millions of dollars. It doesn't matter about the dollar amount. But
you told me that before. I remember.
But you know what? I admit I was very wrong, and now I'm on the side of like I completely agree with the holdouts, especially for running backs and for any skill positions. Just because, like, man, these guys are literally getting hit at the hardest every single play. Right. So. Yeah, if you want to use me like that, I want to make sure I get compensated for my injuries. Right. You know what I mean? And if you're not going to give me this money, then I don't want to put my body on the line for it. Right. And that's just how I see it. And I feel like a lot of people do see it like that.
Hell yeah, dude. There's a life after football, man. And like, especially for people that have like one day I would love to have, little Jits running around, like little Wyatts, maybe like a little baby girl, one day. But like, I would like to be able to play with them and run with them and teach them things. I can't do that if I'm walking with a cane, so I agree, like some of these guys now, sometimes, maybe their numbers, their margins are astronomical. Maybe don't need that much, but definitely like they have their rights to negotiate what they think their body's worth. Like, how could you say no? Yeah. You know what I mean? How could you argue that? So, especially if you're a star player. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you're literally measuring every aspect of their professional skill level in terms of skills. Right. You're giving them the tools that they need to be able to calculate their own value as well. So, and then you're telling them and you have people on TV basically saying, "Hey, this is one of the greatest running backs at this time." Right. And they're hearing these things on TV. They're like, "Okay, how come I'm not getting paid like one of the best running backs right now?" Right. Like, I think that conversation that we were talking about was when Le'Veon Bell was holding out.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. That was a couple years ago. Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I remember I was like, this guy, like, just like Christian McCaffrey took like 90% of all of the offensive snaps in for the Carolina Panthers. Le'Veon Bell was running the ball like almost pretty much 80% of the time. Yeah. And taking hits on every single play. And he not only was running the ball, he was catching the ball too. Right. So, and he was like one of the greatest players at the time doing that. Yeah, dude. And he wasn't getting paid for it.
No, my cousin was a quarterback at Michigan State and roomed with Le'Veon. I remember when that whole thing was going on, I was like, bro, like, is Le'Veon tripping right now? Or like, how is he? Like, he's like, nah, dude, Le'Veon is like one of the most level-headed dudes. Nice guy. But like, you can't argue when someone is the face of the franchise and they're not getting compensated for what they're producing. You can't argue with it. You know what I mean?
You can't.
So
and I don't think it's greed at all. Like, this whole world globally, like it's just ran by money at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And if it's the love of the game, and he's gonna perform at the highest level possible, but you know your worth.
Yeah.
You know your worth, and if you literally are getting painted as like you're using me basically to boost your business.
Yeah, for sure.
So give me a good chunk of that. You're still gonna make more than me anyways. You know what I mean? Like So
absolutely.
I'm definitely on that side now.
Bro.
You know, like before 2 years ago, me. Dumbass.
You was young though. You was young. You was young. A lot of us youngins.
But like you said, there's life after football, and you know, I see that you started your own performance academy.
Yeah,
and you've been helping a lot of like young athletes. You've been helping a lot of people in the local area, just with their fitness and working out. So like, tell us about that a little bit.
So in my off season, so like when I was going into college, man, I went into exercise science as a major, but it's so broad, like it just, like, what does that mean? Exercise science, you see a lot of people that are going for that now. So I started searching into the my major, and I found human health and kinetics. And I always knew that I wanted to be a strength conditioning coach at some level, I just didn't know, where I wanted to go with it, And when I was 18, I got my first job as a personal trainer at Anytime Fitness.
Okay. At 18?
At 18.
Damn.
Right?
Okay.
So I definitely got lucky, bro, and I kind of got baptized by fire. I kind of got thrown into it, and it was just like I had no guidance. I had no mentor in that. It was like figure it out. So, at 18, I was starting to be like, I really like this, man. I like, I'm helping people out. The job's great. It's like, it's fun. I'm not sitting behind a desk. And I'm in a gym. I'm in a gym, bro. Like, this is great. So I remember going into college, really like starting to focus on it. And, we had strength coaches, and I was like, man, I really like what they do. That would be fun, bro. Be around athletics and stuff. So it wasn't until I'd been doing PT in the summer when I'd come back at Anytime Fitness like 3 years. And then when I signed my first contract, bro, after that got done, I got a call from a place up in Tallahassee called Titus Performance Academy. And I was training there when I was getting ready for the CFL. And the owner, Adam, he was like, hey, bro, I know you just got released. Do you want to come up here and, be a strength conditioning coach, speed coach for us? And I was like, hell yeah, bro. So I literally didn't even think twice, packed up, left 2 weeks later. And then was up there, man. And that changed my life from a career standpoint for strength conditioning. I've trained Olympians, professional athletes in their respective sports, MLB, NFL, high elite college athletes, helped out with pro days for huge, universities. Like I've done a lot of stuff. And then when I came back home during COVID, that's why I'm back essentially, is because when COVID hit, our facility had to shut down for a little bit. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't having money coming in. So I was like, I'm not going to put myself in a financial deficit. So I'm going to leave. So I came back home, and I don't think anyone in the world at the time knew how serious COVID was going to get or how long we'd be shut down.
Yeah.
So I think maybe 2 months into being back here, I was like, man, dude, I can't go to the gym. I'm doing nothing but body weight training. Like, I need to build a gym, dude. Put me and my pops, we threw $9K into a facility, bro, in the gym. We have turf come in and turned it into something. And then I was just using it for me to get ready to go back and play pro ball. And then my dad was like, why don't you start doing this, man? Like, you do this for a living anyway. You start doing this. So I remember I started getting into it, man. And, bro, I think I did the numbers. I think I had a total of 45 clients, I was just helping out and training a bunch of people, man. And it grew, word of mouth is one of the best businesses,
especially around here,
to help you grow. But I mean, it definitely helps, having a reputation that I have and, being back in the community. My biggest thing is I just want to get back. I kind of want to help those out that don't have that exposure. Not that I'm the greatest coach of all time, but, to be able to train elite people and then bring that type of training back to the demographic down here and help them out and educate them has been real fun. So,
yeah,
it's been awesome.
And Florida, as a state, is a really popular state for football.
Yeah.
How would you?
It is the state.
It is the state.
Okay. Cali and Texas tries to combat with us, and I'm not gonna say there's not some studs out there. This is the state for football right here.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was gonna say that. I just didn't want to sound.
Oh no, it's all right. You can say it.
I sound cocky.
The place for football is.
I'll say it with you, bro. Florida is the place for football.
All right, there we go.
That's probably the only thing it's good for, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We've got some crazy characters in Florida.
Yeah,
but I
for
do
sure.
love it.
For real.
Good vacation area.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot
For
of
sure.
peace of mind.
Yeah, times.
But I wanted to kind of ask you as well. Working in Florida, and being a strength and conditioning coach and owning your own facility, what are some common traits, like personality traits that you see coming from these athletes here in Florida?
What do you mean?
Like
That's
you
a broad question.
say, Texas and Cali
Yeah.
don't really stand a chance when it comes to Florida.
Right.
Like what do you think makes Florida athletes
We have
so
that
special?
dog in us, bro.
Okay.
We have that dog in us, bro. You got to understand, especially out here in Fort Myers,
Mhm.
particularly in this county,
Mhm.
these kids out here know their only way out is through football.
Mhm.
Maybe it's basketball, maybe it's track, maybe it's soccer. Primarily, number one, football.
Mhm.
So you got two choices. You either end up doing something stupid,
Mhm.
or you can possibly get a career for yourself and help your family out and get up out of here and project yourself somewhere further in life.
Mhm.
We have that dog in us. A lot of us, some of us have good upbringings and some of us have terrible upbringings, man. Some of the only type of structure that a lot of us have in life is this sport.
Mhm.
So we know that we have to put everything into this to get everything back out of it. We have that dog in us down here. You will never find, I'm going to tell you right now, you will never find anyone nastier than some of the kids that are coming out of this county. Nasty, mean, bro. I mean, I play with some
Lamar
literal
Jackson.
dogs, bro. Like literal dogs, bro. Nasty, bro.
Mhm.
So,
No, I believe it, man. I mean, Florida, and it's comfortable being outside too, because
Yeah.
we get that warm weather.
Mhm.
Like the northern states, it's cold as hell. It's not like people don't train in the cold, because I bet they do.
it's been comfortable now. Shit, you get out there at 2:00 in August when the sun's
Yeah,
right up
bro.
in the sky
Shit
and it's
sucks.
humid as hell.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like-
September, August, summer. That's like the worst time,
That
bro.
morning dew on the grass.
That's when
bro,
you start
shit sucks.
separating the boys from the men who really wants to play and who doesn't.
I do like what you said about like Fort Myers, because the area is so small that there's not too much opportunity out here. So it's either like you either do something
Right.
and try to help out your family, or you stay back. And like if you stay back, like I hope that you're doing something, because it's not like a big city in Miami or New York or LA where there's like a ton of stuff you can try to branch out to. Here, bro, if you stay here and you don't do much, like I'm not saying that you're not gonna do anything, but like chances are that like
I think
what are you doing?
I
you
think
know?
like what you're like getting at, like in my opinion, is complacency. Like if you've been around something for so long and you get comfortable, that's a dangerous place to be.
Yep.
You don't want to be comfortable with where you're at in life. If that is cool and you're okay with being content and mediocre and average, then maybe stay where you're at. But like if you're trying to continuously progress, branch out, resource network, meet new people, and take yourself to higher heights, you definitely have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And you can't stay in one place for too long. And some people that decide to stay here, they do really well. They are extremely successful,
Mhm.
and they have great businesses and they have great connections. And some people just stay here and do what they've always done,
Mhm.
but that's the same anywhere else,
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's definitely a double-edged sword with how you decide to go with it,
Yeah, I feel you.
You did mention before that you came over here again because of COVID, correct?
Uh-huh.
Before that, when was the last time you were in Florida?
I was in Tally for 2 years.
Okay.
So I was in Tally, bro, for 2 years up there as a strength conditioning coach.
It's totally different though, north side of Florida.
Bro, it
and the
is,
south
bro.
side of Florida.
It's definitely
Look, there's a difference between South Florida and the rest of Florida, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
you got the good old boys up there, in the Southern Bible Belt, bro. And, they're always talking about stuff. I love the people up there, bro. They're great, man. I love them. But you're definitely on that Florida Georgia line, and like I'd notice, I'd come back, man. And I'd be talking, I'd be like, y'all, and I'd be sounding like, wait a second.
I think you still got it in you,
You still
bro.
got a little bit of that.
I hear it.
I hear it. Some of that country in me at times, bro. I'll start playing some country music every now and then. I'll be like, dang.
Yeah, I think you were bumping down the Tahoe, bro.
Yeah, I was
You know what
bumping it
I mean?
out. Now, when I came over here, I had to make sure I was playing some like Hot Boy, Jack Boy real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Get my mindset.
You shit.
But yeah.
All right, I'll put you in a quick visualization.
Okay.
And I want to
I'm
know
tapped
what
in.
I want to know what you're thinking in this situation.
All right.
Boom! It's game day.
Nice.
You've been training for this one game
Mhm.
to win it all.
Mhm.
What's the first thing that pops in your mind before you step on the field?
My name. 100% my name.
Your name?
I
Explain.
care more about the name that I represent on my back than anything I've ever represented in my entire life.
Mm.
I was always told, bro, like when you check your morals and you check anything else, what are you representing? What do you care about the most? I care about my last name. My mother, my father, my grandparents, my brothers, my sisters, everyone who's come before me has never done anything to ruin that name. I'm going to put everything I got on the line for that name. I would never tarnish it. So when in my head, hey, it's time to ball out, baby. Playing for the Griffiths. So that's not to take away from my teammates or my team, but at this level,
they'll understand.
I'm playing for me, baby.
Yeah,
I'm getting
for
my
sure.
own.
I mean, honestly, you need to be at that mentality to help your teammates anyways.
Exactly.
So it's like
bro.
it's a win-win situation. You know, you're looking out for yourself, which if you look out for yourself, you'll be able to help the others. So
Right.
yeah.
100%.
That's dope, man. That's
100%.
dope. You know, and you know, I feel like a lot of people they have their family values and they care about their reputation and their name. But then there's just some people that, you know, that are complacent, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's really hard sometimes to kind of, you know, weed out those complacent people because they kind of blend in, especially when you're like in high school and in college. But when you start getting them real licks by grown men, I mean, it gets easier to weed them out.
Yeah.
But Alan was telling me that you were in the NFL Combine at one point.
So what happened was 2017, I was up in Ohio. I was getting ready for the 2018 regional NFL Combine.
Okay.
And then what happened was I qualified for it. I was doing great, bro. I was hitting marks that I had never hit before, bro. Like, I was tapped in. And then we never kind of got a clear reason as to why it was canceled. But it was, like, canceled for the first time in, like, 17 years.
Jeez.
And I remember at the time I was like, damn, bro, like, what do I do now? And that's when I got introduced to the CFL. And the guy I was training with, one of my mentors, his name's Kes McCorvey. Kes McCorvey and E.G. Green, they're two legends out of Florida State, but they're also NFL, CFL guys. They really helped me out and showed me a lot of stuff with perfecting my craft. And they're like, we'll see if we can make some calls or you get you ready for the CFL and do some stuff. And that's kind of where I had to move after that happened.
That's awesome, man. From what I'm hearing, bro, you have a lot of support around you. And, like, you even talking about your own dad. Your dad sounds like a quality guy, man. Like,
the greatest dude ever.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have that that blessing to be able to have that, you know, that support system. And I see that you not only you repping for your support system, but you're definitely, you know, reaping the benefits of having that support system simply because, you know, it's hard to make it out here. The more people you have around you, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
And this past year, with 2020 and now going into 2021, if anything, having that support system is super crucial. Yeah.
It's been instrumental, bro, to my success. You know, the support that I get from my family has been unbelievable. Like, it's just, you know, like I said before, like, either you have a good upbringing or you have a bad one. I was blessed to have great parents, you know, great brothers and sisters, you know, grandparents, you know, who cared about what was going on in my life. You know, they wanted to make sure that I did everything I could do to be successful. And there were times where, you know, shit hit the fan and I wanted to fold. And they're like, you better get your ass up and get moving.
That's when they throw that water on you at like 4 a.m. Get your ass up.
Bro.
I feel like today's society, everybody's so sensitive that they cannot take that type of tough love.
Right,
and I
bro.
feel like that is exactly what we need. Is tough love if you really want to get to where you want to be.
Right.
Like it's not supposed to be easy.
It's not, bro.
Anything worth having, I think I've said this before. Anything worth having, worth holding is never easily obtained, bro. At all.
Sounds
100%, bro.
It does sound familiar, yeah. So like
100%.
You need to have that tough love, bro. And yeah, I think it's just all social media driven, you know, with everything that's been going on and like why people are so sensitive, man.
Yeah,
but
bro.
I'm a fan of that, bro. I'm a fan of being blunt and telling people how it is and how I think it should be done. Now, it's your choice if you want to follow it or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I believe this is the way to do it because this is how I did it. And this is how I got there.
Growing up, man, like, you know, I've never met a stronger woman than my mother. Okay? No one, bro. Like, my mom is badass, bro. You don't want to mess with that chick.
Yeah, shout out to my mom, too, man.
Shout out to all the moms out there. You know, my pops, one of the greatest men I've ever known in my life, will probably ever know. There's no one that could take my father's spot as a coach, as a teacher, as a mentor, you know, ever. He is the GOAT. But, you know, one person I would like to point out is my brother, dude. So I have a 10-year age gap with my older brother. Okay? So my brother Patrick so I'm 24, he's 34, all right? Now I want you to think about something. If I was 12, this dude was 22, was a collegiate coach for quarterbacks, right? and was always transparent with me and would keep it real. And if I was slacking off, mind you, bro, like if I ever got into a pissing battle with my brother and he decided to hit me, like if I hit him, best believe I was coming back tenfold. So you got a grown ass man hitting you now. So I had to grow up real quick with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And know like, hey, don't mess with Pat because he'll smack you up. I remember coming home from a game, bro, and I dropped like 3 balls. And he had come down to surprise me, and I was like disappointed because I felt like I let my brother down, you know, like damn, bro, I really sucked today. And my brother like had me come outside. It was probably like the distance from like the door to the piano, and had a college sized football. And was like, we're gonna catch 100 balls today. And he was throwing them point blank. Mind you, he's a college quarterback coach, bro, drilling it at me. And I like, bro, my hands when I got done, they were like pulp red, you know, they're beating and everything. And I remember at the end, though, I was like, you know, I was tearing up, bro. My hands hurt. He was like, look, man, this is what you got to do. You know, when shit gets tough, you're gonna fold to the pressure, or you're gonna deal with the hands you're dealt. And so I'm eternally grateful for my brother. There are times where he was super hard on me, but it definitely helped mold me into who I am. My sister as well. She's a tough ass chick, bro. Like I would never mess with my sister. She's a mother of 2, and she's a great wife, bro. So like she's a badass chick as well. So.
Yeah, and I think we don't appreciate it at the moment. Obviously, when we're young, 12 years old, you're like, man, this guy's being an asshole.
Yeah,
right, dude.
sure.
Punking me out, bro. Yeah. Like,
but when you reach that age, you're like, man, thank God.
Thank
bro. God, they were tough on me.
Yeah. Thank God I had them, bro.
Yeah.
Like my parents were both cops, bro. So like I got raised by my brother and sister essentially. Like they were always gone, you know. And you know, there's a bunch going on with cops and all this. You know, we're not gonna get into the politics, all that crap right now. But like, there are a lot of nights, bro. I didn't know if my mom or pop were coming home, bro. You know, they're dealing with crazy shit out here in Fort Myers. And, you know, my brother and sister were always there. You know, my sister, she was like my mom. My brother was like my pops. And my brother definitely laid down the law when no one was home. So, I mean, I definitely had to grow up real quick around him.
Yeah, I know around here it gets crazy, man. I know a couple people that work, you know, at the courthouse. They tell me stories that you never see on the news. And it's I definitely see what you mean, but yeah, I kind of had a similar thing. You know, my older sister, you know, she took care of me whenever my mom was working all the time. You know, which is why she's so strong. That's why I admire her. Yeah, bro. You know, and like she held down the law. Yeah, man. And in the beginning, like I never appreciated it, but like I'm just eternally grateful for it.
Can't get it back.
Can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't trade that for anything.
Can't put a price on that. You know.
Hell no, bro.
My whole thing is it's crazy when like you're, you know, out and about and then you see the effects of not having that tough love all around you. And you see it in different personality traits. You see it when people are just the same age as you, they feel like they're 12 years old versus you being, you know, 24 or something like that. We're in a
society now, it's the pussification of America, bro.
Bro, make sure you highlight that shit.
Like it literally is, bro. Like we got to make sure like you're going to get an award for just attending.
Yeah.
There can be no winner or loser anymore. You got to all feel like you're equal. Here's the deal. That person who just lost and is getting a reward for it thinks it's now okay to lose. Hell no, bro. Here's the deal. You want to be like the winner, so you got to work your ass off to be like the winner. That's tough. That might be cruel. But look, man, like you're setting people up for failure when they get older. No one teaches us in school how to balance the checkbook, how to pay our bills, you know, how to deal with a credit card, how to like pay rent. No one teaches us that. So when we get knocked down and we're like, or our boss is hard on us, you know, we don't know how to act like, why is he being so hard on us? Because you're not doing your damn job. Yeah. That's why, you know? Yeah. And so, I mean, again, bro, the pussification of America is very real. Unfortunately, that's how it is right now.
I 150%. I couldn't have said it any better. I've had multiple discussions about this. That well, not everybody's you, Alan. That's what they say. Right. So what's your reaction? Well, Wyatt, not everybody's you though.
Cool. No, they're not. They're not.
Not everybody's you, bro. So it's easier said than done. That like, oh,
that's an excuse. That's an excuse for like, boo-hoo me. Let's have a pissing party for me. No, bro. Like, I have no sympathy for people that just constantly want rewards for doing nothing. Yeah. You know?
What I always say is like, okay, maybe, like you said it earlier in the podcast, some people grew up with, you know, a good family. Right. Some people grew up with a bad family. But everybody in common has a problem. Some problems might be, you know, better than others just based on like what their problems is. But the thing is that they still have a problem at the end of the day. Yeah. So you're not the only one that's going through something, you know, like through some sort of adversity.
Right.
You know what I mean? And adversity is kind of a strong word for it because like, oh, we grew up in a good family. How can you have adversity, right?
Right.
But there's some sort of issue still within it. You know what I mean?
Right, bro. I mean, like, you know, a lot of my homeboys, man, like, have lived with me, you know, and my parents and my family have been more family to them than their own families, you know, and, you know, where there's room in the heart, there's room in the home. And, you know, you can always help show people what it's like to have, you know, a support system and all that, bro. But, like, no, man. I honestly, like, I can't even relate to that type of thinking because it's just like, I don't get it, man. I'm not on the same wavelength as you. You know, like, I want to win. I'm a natural competitor, whatever it is in life. You know, so I want to get to the top.
And it doesn't mean that you're a dick.
No.
Honestly, like, and I think that a lot of people get confused. Like, oh, you're just an asshole. You're selfish. You're egotistical. It's like, no, because life is hard, and to get through life, sometimes you need to put yourself through obstacles and kind of just push through it and get over it. Yeah, bro. And it's a lot easier said than done. I know, but that's just how it is.
It's just like you think about it, man. It's like, damn, all right, like. I'll give you an example. Like if I lost like 5 clients, you know, they didn't want to come back anymore because of they're getting freaked out about COVID or they have someone in the house who's at risk of whatever. Or maybe they just don't want to train no more. They don't like how I train, whatever it is. Right. That sucks. But at the end of the day, it could be a lot worse. Like for a fact, someone's mother just died of cancer. You know, someone just lost a brother or sister. You know, it could be a lot worse. Everyone's going through something. But how you choose to react to the situation determines your outcome for everything. How you choose to react to what you're dealt will determine the outcome for your life.
I'm glad that you said that twice because I'm glad that you emphasized that because that's the key of what we're trying to say. Right. It's like when we're talking about the pussification of America, yes, sir. That mindset is what we're talking about. Right. You know what I mean? Like if you can't get out of that mindset, there's people that can help you with that. You know? There's professionals that can help you with that. And it's okay, you know, take your time, figure that out. But don't bring that shit over here and fuck up our mindset when we're already, you know, secure with what we want to do.
The thing is, it's our job as leaders to try to educate those who are, if they're going through a, you know, weak-minded state, help them be like, hey, look, man, you can give them that tough, because not everyone reacts the same to everything else. Yeah. You know, like as a coach, I can't coach my football guys like I'd coach my regular, you know, everyday weekend warrior. I can't do it. I can't be like, let's go in their ear. Sometimes they need that, like, you know, that type. And just like, hey, look, you're doing great. Keep moving. I know it sucked today, but you're doing great. Yeah.
There's a time and place for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone's different. Yeah. You know, my dad. I'm a fan of art. I don't know if y'all can. You probably can't see. I love.
I know. Trust me. You got me thinking, man. Maybe I should get some.
Right. You know, like, hey, like I got. Hey, shout out my boy Blue at Ink City. He's the realest tattoo artist in the city. Y'all need to check him out, bro. That's my boy. But no, man. Like one of the, you know, a lot of these things I have tatted on me. One of them is a quote from my father, and he always used to tell me, "Courage forges the path through all obstacles, while fear will forever be the thief of dreams." And if you really take a second to break that down, it's like, hey, man, like, do you have enough courage to get through what you're going through for adversity, or are you just going to let the fear of the unknown take over?
We need to get your pop on the podcast.
You do. He's a motivational speaker, bro. I can tell you, bro, he's a man of many traits, I need to meet your pops, bro. He's a good dude, bro. You guys would love him, bro.
No, and I'll let you get to the toast right now. And it's okay, like, if you're ever feeling some sort of, you know, like, you're not feeling yourself. Or you're not feeling motivated or dedicated to whatever you're trying to put out there. I mean, I've had my rough patches too. Like last year, I said that I was going to therapy. You know what I mean? Just because I felt like I was falling into like an entitlement trap. And I'm like, damn, you know, I need somebody to check me. And, you know, sometimes I go and talk to like close friends and family, but, you know, they're going to make me feel better, but I need somebody to give me some tough love. You know what I mean? Because that is what's going to wake me up. That was just me, you know? And I felt like some people are ashamed, like, oh, damn, I need to go see professional help. It's like, nah, man, like...
That's self-awareness.
And it's okay. It's self-awareness, awesome, you know? Like, and no one should be ashamed of that, you know? Yeah. I'm not ashamed of it or anything, man. And I feel like it's helped me, you know, like, start the year on the right path, you know? Like, mind you, I have hella projects that I put on myself sometimes, but, you know, I have a easier state of mind dealing with those projects.
Better to have more irons in the furnace than none, bro. Rather be burdened with opportunity than have no opportunity.
Bro, your pops rubbed a lot of that
Sprinkled a lot of
motivational
that, bro.
quotes
I'm
on
gonna
you, bro.
get a lot of video clips for this one, bro.
Hey, look, some of that's from me now, okay? It ain't all from Griff. Now, some of that's from me now,
This your dad. This your dad all the time, like
Pop.
Salt Bay.
Salt.
Take this with you
Insert
forever.
Salt
Here's some,
right
here's some
here,
wisdom.
You feel me?
Here's some wisdom.
You feel me?
So, if you've heard our show before, you know that at the end of our podcast, we always ask our guests to give a toast to Southwest Florida. So we're gonna ask you the same thing, and trust me, we could literally go on for hours just talking and talking, but we don't got that much tape.
Yeah.
But we're gonna ask you the same question. You ready for it?
Okay.
Okay. So, if you can give a toast to the people of Southwest Florida,
Yes.
what piece of advice would you want to leave to them?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're getting deep, man. We're getting deep.
What a question, man.
Better unlock your inner dad.
Pops, I wish you were with me, man. Wow. That's deep, bro. I mean, I guess if I could say anything is that, right now as a community, I think we need to stay united. I think one thing that makes this community in Lee County in particular so great is how together we are with certain things. The support that we support with businesses, with schools, with that type of stuff is great. We need to do more things like this and kind of get people's businesses out there and what they're doing. So, I mean, if I could say one thing is continue to be who we've always been, man. Be supportive, be loving, be kind. And when shit gets rough, keep pushing.
Yes, sir. Hard work beats talent, man. I'm a big fan of that saying. So Wyatt, bro, where can they know more about your performance academy? Where can they follow your content?
Yes.
Where can they follow your journey?
Yes. You can come follow the journey and be a part of the journey at G6X Performance Academy, which is in Cape Coral. You can follow me on Instagram at Santo, SANTO_siete, SIETEE. All right, which means Saint 7. Follow me on that page. I'm posting content all the time. People I'm training myself, what's going on with me, what's hip. And then there's a new thing going on right now. I'm working with Anytime Fitness. I'm doing some, consulting and programming for a program out there. It's called Anytime Fitness X. It's a new thing that's coming out for a program. If you guys want to challenge yourself and get in there, I will be running it. We will have videographers in there filming. So if you want to get some content for your page, get in there. We got some merch for y'all as well. So
definitely know some people that might want to take that up.
For sure.
Heavy hitter Wyatt, man. Yeah, we're gonna be sharing some of his content on our page as well, so y'all can go ahead and view that, keep in touch with that. And man, like, it was great having you on the show, man. I love that this was our first episode of 2021.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate y'all having me out here, man. This has been great. I'm glad that I was on the 28th episode. That's dope, bro.
Hey, you're on the first episode of the year, bro.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
All right, that's even better, bro. The way that I'm starting it off,
You're starting it off on a high note, man.
That's even better, bro. I appreciate it, man. For real, I'm honored, bro. I really do appreciate y'all having me get out here, bro, and doing all this, bro.
Yeah,
it's been awesome. So thank you guys.
So it's another episode in the books, right, Alan?
28. You know the vibes, man. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.